Yeah, the recording has started. I guess Siddhi Undirkar had done some sort of a restriction on recording the meeting, so she has been removed from the meeting. She can rejoin. So if somebody is hearing this message, please ask her to rejoin the meeting. She has put on her device some sort of restriction on recording, and that's why she was removed by the Google Meet, as the recording was not possible on her device. Okay, so ask her to rejoin the meeting. So let us begin. So we are going to discuss today in more detail the problem solving agent that we discussed yesterday. So we'll look at that particular agent function first. We'll very quickly revisit that agent function, and then we'll jump to the conceptual understanding of state space search and how this problem solving agent is going to help us. The agent abstraction called as problem solving agent is going to help us deal with the state space search problem formulation. Okay, coming back to the discussion of the agent function. So this is the functions prototype, which inputs one percept and returns one action at a time. So once I make one call to this function, this is going to give me an action that I need to act upon the environment. Okay, so let us suppose that this is the initiation of the agent and one percept comes from the environment. What I will be doing as an agent, so I'm not explaining these things because these things I explained yesterday. I will be actually invoking this particular method, which is update state, which is kind of black box to me. Reading the name, I understand that I'm updating the state of the environment based on previously known state in the variable state, which is a static variable, and the current percept that I'm receiving. So based on the previous state of the environment and the current percept that I'm receiving, I'm going to predict the environment state, and that is going to be updated into the same variable state. ये तो हम लोग normally करते हैं, state gets state plus percept, something like that we are doing. So if the state is nothing but the percept sequence, for very simplistic agent, it will be just like adding new percept to the percept sequence that I had. So I'll be just concatenating percepts list with percept and then update the percepts list. This would be the first step that this agent is doing. Although we are not now working on the percepts sequence, we are representing world's previous state in the variable state. Okay, hope I'm understandable, and the sequence of things that we are learning is coherent with the abstraction that we are learning called as intelligent agent. Okay, coming back to the next step. Next step, I will be checking one particular sequence, or I may call it as a list, which is called as SEQ. So I will be checking if this list is empty. If the list is empty, that means there are no sequence of action. So what does SEQ stores? If I go here and read, SEQ stores action sequence. So it actually stores sequence of actions the agent needs to perform in order to achieve the goal, because we are talking about a problem solving agent, which is a goal based agent in a modified version. So it is going to check whether it has reached the goal or not every time. Okay, and depending on whether it reaches the goal or not, it may continue doing its operation, or otherwise it will stop doing its operation. Okay, but the problem solving agent function does not know the other things like goal and everything. So what we know is problem solving agent works upon a set of actions which are in a particular sequence, that is ordered set of action is available with this particular data structure called as SEQ. So how it is maintained, again, it's in high level, so we are not bothering about it. So it is an SEQ sequence. We are checking whether that sequence is empty or not. So if the action sequence is empty, means I have not deliberated or I have not thought of the action sequence yet as an problem solving agent. So I need to initiate the thought process and generate SEQ. That is what this particular if condition is going to tell me as a problem solving agent. So since I do not have anything in the sequence set, I will go ahead and formulate my goal. based on the current scenario of the world. So in the state now, we have the current scenario of the world because we did this pre-step, which is update state. So current scenario of the world is available to us. Based on that, we will formulate our goal. So if the world is what it is currently, we are now going to set a performance measure for ourselves by setting up the variable goal. Okay, what this variable goal is, what exactly it is represented as, again it's an abstract thing right now and we need not bother about it. We just say that we formulate the goal. Now the agent knows that it has to reach this particular goal or attain this particular goal, as they call. So if goal is the state, then I need to reach that state of the environment, or goal is some numerical sense, a utility or something, I need to attain that particular goal. Going ahead, I will then formulate the problem. So once I know the goal, once I know the current state, I will be in a position to formulate the problem. Now this process of formulating problem is formulating a state space representation of the given AI problem. What we do in state space representation is what we are going to learn today. But currently, consider that problem solving agent does the next step after formulation of goal is to formulate the problem, which is a state space representation of AI problem that the agent is intending to solve. Okay, so the resultant of this function would be to get a definition of problem. Again, for us programmers, it's some data structure that represents the problem, and now this is going to be fed to a solution technique which is called as search. Now we are going to invest time in this chapter, basically in module 3 of our syllabus, or modules rather 2 of our syllabus, on different ways of searching into the state space problem for the goal, and that is going to be this search step. Okay, so a search step is all that the problem solving agent is using for solving state space problem that it has formulated based on its observation of the current world state and its goal. So this is how you should read this particular algorithm and understand what problem solving agent is doing. Now, what will be the resultant of application of search on the problem? Application of the search on the problem will actually speculate different ways of reaching to the goal state from the current state, which is generally referred to in the state space search as initial state. So we will have something called as an initial state, something called as a goal state to represent the goal attainment. And what we will be doing is we will be doing a search of multiple paths for reaching from initial state to goal state in the state space that we may be representing the problem as. So there will be multiple paths that are going to be evaluated, and this procedure search is going to give us one such path reaching from initial state to the goal state. Whenever I talk about path, it means there are certain nodes and there are certain edges. So I'm talking about some graph data structure. ओके मैं जब पाथ के बारे में बोल रहा हूँ तो आपको झट से पता चलना चाहिए कि आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट सम ग्राफ डेटा स्ट्रक्चर. नोड्स इन दैट ग्राफ डेटा स्ट्रक्चर आर नथिंग बट माय स्टेट्स, and the edges between the states are nothing but the actions that I perform for manipulating states. So what that graph is representing is one node is say current state, next node is say next state, and the edge between these two nodes is nothing but the action that the agent should carry out in order that environment state changes from the current state to the next state. So that is what the path will be composed of. Path will be composed of sequence of actions that will lead the agent's environment from the current state to its equivalent goal state. So the sequence SEQ is that way sequence of actions that the search algorithm suggests agent to carry out. So now it's job of the rest of the code of this particular agent function to carry out that sequence in specified order suggested by the search algorithm. So what I do is I just check after coming out of this particular step whether sequence is failure. When the sequence will be failure, whenever the goal state is not there in the state space, that is, the goal state is not presented anyhow to the search algorithm. So search algorithm to work properly, I should know the initial state, I should know the goal state. Both should be the part of the state space or the collection of states that the environment could be in. If the goal state is not part of the state space, then I will be returning failure and SEQ will be set to the failure value. That failure value could be a null value or empty list kind of a thing. So how that is tested again depends on the programming language that you use or the technique that you use. So we are not again bothering about that, how it will be done. It's just a pseudo code. If I get failure, I will return null action. That is, I will say that there is no action for current state of the world and the SEQ will be null. Okay. So if I get a sequence of actions using the search algorithm, this highlighted step will not be performed, and what I will get is action will be set as first element of the sequence list. So SEQ list is there. The first action from that is extracted using the first operator, and the rest operator extracts the entire array but the first one. यानी पहला वाला element छोड़ के पूरा का पूरा list है, वो rest of SEQ will extract. And this is where we are again updating SEQ. So SEQ को update कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे rest of SEQ से, so that we are removing the first thing. Removing in the sense SEQ में अभी पहला action नहीं रहेगा. So please understand these two steps. We are getting first action into variable action, and we are resetting the sequence after removing the first action. So we are doing some sort of a stack operation, like stack pop operation on the stack, or maybe if it is a queue, we are doing a dequeue operation. We are removing the first element from the queue. If we consider that SEQ is maintained like a stack, we are removing the first element. That's all what we can say. We are removing the one front element from the list. It is a dequeue operation in that sense if the SEQ is a list queue implementation. So we do not bother at present whether it will be a queue or a stack, because that's not a concern right now. We are not doing any implementation yet. What the algorithm returns in this condition is the current action, the first action from the sequences of action that we have in SEQ. Once I do this, whenever I get next percept, again this function will be invoked, and at that time SEQ is not empty, so I am not going to execute these steps, and I'm directly coming out, removing the next action from the sequence list and setting up, reducing that sequence by 1 and continuing this process until the sequence exhausts. Once the sequence exhausts, until that point जो भी percept आए हैं, please understand the fact, problem solving agent is not going to look at those percepts. By the time all the actions that were there in this SEQ list are performed, automatically the state in which the environment reaches will be the goal state that was perceived initially by the प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग एजेंट. तो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग एजेंट ने तब तक उसने जो डिफाइन किया हुआ प्रॉब्लम था वो सॉल्व हो चुका होगा, एंड नाउ it needs to re-evaluate itself to formulate new goal, what to do after reaching this particular goal. Then it will evaluate new problem, that is formulate new problem, then it will do the search on that new defined problem to get the action sequence. Once it has the action sequence, it will again do the similar kind of steps. So this is how this particular problem solving agent keeps on working, and that is what is mentioned and shown in this particular diagram. So I hope this behavior of simple problem solving agent is clear to you and I'm audible, and also the contents are visible. So somebody just tell me whether I'm audible and the contents are clearly visible by maybe unmuting yourself and just responding. Okay, so Prashant Mishra is saying he's understood. I assume that you are getting my voice and other things clearly. And this is how the problem solving agent works. Now we go back and we'll discuss all the theoretical aspects of state space problem. Okay, so important thing in state space problem formulation is the goal formulation. Okay, goal formulation. So based on the current situation and agent's performance measure, this is the first step in the problem solving agent that the problem solving agent does. Okay, so what is a goal? So in case, so we started off by looking at that Romanian map. So if I was supposed to start from Arad which is one of the city in Romania, those who came late, and I need to reach Bucharest, and I'm traveling through multiple cities in Romania. In general, I may be having multiple set of performance major factors, like I might want to improve my suntan, that is I just want to travel. Okay, I just want to travel and roam around Romania, and there's no other basic goal that I have. Maybe I may have another kind of performance measure as to improve my Romanian. That is, I want to actually visit those cities which purely use the language Romanian, and I just have an interest or intention to improve my Romanian accent or Romanian language, maybe. Okay, I may, as a traveler, have a, a notion in my mind that I want to do various sightseeings, and most number of sightseeings I do might be my performance measure. Maybe one of the thing would be to just enjoy nightlife, as they show in some Bollywood movie that you people see, that would they keep on roaming around Europe to do things that they otherwise won't do in their busy life. Okay, maybe I want to avoid hangovers. I'm a bit reserved kind of a person. I don't want to actually do uh, those kind of things that may hamper my image with respect to other guys. So these could be, so what they want to suggest is going from, say, one city to the other city in Romania by exploring Romanian landscape. A particular agent might have different ways to have or to define its performance measure. But if there is a scenario where, so this scenario is what they explain in this. The agent has a non-refundable ticket to fly out of Bucharest the following day. So say suppose you are in Arad right now, and following day, the next day, you have a non-refundable ticket to fly out of Bucharest. यानी बुखारेस्ट से बाहर जाने के लिए एक non-refundable ticket है, तो automatically your goals might change. Some of the goals that you had in mind कि मुझे मेरा रोमेनियन इम्प्रूव करना है, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा साइट सीइंग करना है, मुझे अवॉइड करना है, मुझे सन टैन करना है, those things would be now sidelined, and avoiding hangovers, okay, not enjoying night lives could be now new set of goals that you have. Or rather, your main or major goal would be to reach Bucharest before the scheduled flight time. Flyby time, whatever your flyby time is in the Bucharest, before that I should reach there, because that is more important, right? If it is the non-refundable ticket, I'm not going to get a refund if I miss that particular flight. So this is the way, this is important to understand. So I may have a problem which is a very complex looking problem, which may have different ways of describing the performance measure for the agent inside in the problem. I need to formulate my goal in such a manner that the problems becomes simplified. So that's the whole idea of formulation of the goal process is. So the designer of AI solution or designer of problem solving agent should design the goal of the problem such that it simplifies the problem set, which can be applied some sort of technique in AI to be solved. So goal formulation tries to simplify the problem by defining properly what goal that agent needs to adopt. Okay, so that's the whole idea behind goal formulation. What do you mean by problem formulation? Is problem formulation is the process. So I'm highlighting whatever I'm reading. Problem formulation is the process of deciding what actions and states to consider given a goal. अगर आपको कोई goal achieve करना है for a particular problem, then the problem formulation will be a process that decides what action the agent needs to take or consider in order to achieve that particular goal. So problem formulation will be formulating the problem for the AI agent who is problem solving agent. And it all depends on the level of details the agent needs to work for. So why goal formulation is important? Goal formulation is very important in problem formulation because goal will decide how much details I should go in. So now these things you can read. I give you time for 30 seconds to read this. I'm not reading these for you. I've highlighted it. And while I'm speaking, you can read the content because whatever I'm speaking is not related to the next point. I'm just wasting some 30 seconds in order that you read the highlighted portion. So you will understand from whatever is highlighted कि कितना डिटेल्स में जाके मुझे प्रॉब्लम को डिफाइन करना है, ये मेरे गोल के हिसाब से चेंज होता रहेगा. अगर मुझे बुकारेस्ट में एक पर्टिकुलर स्टिपुलेटेड टाइम में पहुंचना है, तो अगर मैं ज्यादा ग्रैन्युलरिटी में जाके उस प्रॉब्लम को डिफाइन करने लगूं, तो शायद वो वेस्टेज ऑफ टाइम रहेगा. उतना ज्यादा ग्रैन्युलर लेवल पे मैं काम ना करूं. फॉर इंचेस एंड अदर थिंग्स इट्स नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट how do I represent the problem. Rather, I should represent my problem. I'm going ahead. I know I should represent my problem something of this sort from level of reaching from one city to the other city, rather than representing my problem as turning from my place to the left, going to the right, going ahead. Rather, that is not what the problem is. If I want to navigate from say one city to other city which are connected by a road, and that is the problem, then turning left, turning right, taking this street, taking that street, whether the traffic is there on this street or not, all those major things would come into picture. But at the granularity level of a country traversal from one city to the other city that we are trying to solve here, my level of details would be different. So my level of details for a problem to be formulated will all depend on the goal that I am having at stake. Okay, so these things you need to be worried about when you are formulating the problem. Okay, now what is the problem formulation? How is goal formulated? We have not yet touched upon those points, and we will soon touch upon those points. We are just understanding why goal formulation and problem formulation are important. We already know from the point of view of problem solving agent how these two things are guiding it to go further. These two things, the goal formulation and problem formulation, that these things the problem solving agent is not doing often. Okay, whenever it is receiving a percept, every time these things are not done by the problem solving agent. These are only done often whenever there is no sequence of actions demarcated for that problem solving agent in the SEQ list. There are no sequence of actions, then only I will be formulating my goal. Then using that goal and the current world state, I will be formulating the problem to be solved using state space representation. First represented using state space representation, and then solved using search techniques available. Okay, so I'm skipping this middle part which is not important. I discussed these points yesterday. That is, while we are using problem solving agent, we are assuming certain task environment properties for this agent. One important task property is that the environment is observable. By this word observable, we are meaning that the environment is fully observable. So based on whatever information I'm getting right now from the environment, I can model the state of the task environment accurately. That's an important criteria because all the process of goal formulation from that goal formulation, the problem formulation is going to depend on how accurately I can model the world state. So we discussed this yesterday, but now I'm going discussing this formally. Why I want the task environment to be fully observable. The reason behind that is fully observable environment makes it what you can say makes it implicit that whatever state the percept or the current percept that the agent is receiving will be used to deliver as the state of environment is going to be now most accurate version of current environment state, and it is dependable for formulating the goal, formulating the problem, and hence it should be fully observable. We should assume that the environment is discrete, because since we are depending on one particular set of percept at a particular time instant, and based on that we are representing the state. If the environment is continuously giving certain inputs and changing itself in certain parameters at least, then that is not a desirable thing with respect to problem solving agent. Because if it is not discrete, agent जब तक पहले वाले इनपुट के बेसिस पे स्टेट का रिप्रेजेंटेशन करेगा, नया वाला परसेप्ट नया वाला स्टेट का वर्जन बना देगा. सो देयर विल बी नाउ मल्टीपल variant versions of the world state. So now the agent becomes a confused agent, and it can't possibly formulate goal properly because there are multiple versions of current state. To formulate goal properly, I should know the proper current state of the environment. So observable होना चाहिए और discrete होना चाहिए, दोनों necessities है. मेरा state correct represent करना आना चाहिए agent को at a time instant when SEQ is empty. Okay, we got this point. You go ahead and say what is the next thing. So environment should be known. ये known environment क्यों होना चाहिए? Because I want to use the information that I know and the current world state, and using that I am going to solve the problem. And while solving the problem, that is while doing the actions, I am totally paying no attention towards the percepts which are coming to me. इसीलिए मेरा environment known environment होना चाहिए. अननोन इन्वायरमेंट में मैं आंख बंद करके एक्शंस कर नहीं सकूंगा. अगर आंख बंद करके मैं एक्शंस करूंगा इन अननोन इन्वायरमेंट, I guess you will understand what will be the consequences in that scenario. I need not say because you are enough intelligent to understand that fact. Finally, the environment should be deterministic. What does it mean that the environment being deterministic is based on my action, whatever changes the environment is going to so whatever changes that are going to get into the environment state should be predictable from my end. क्योंकि मैं एक्शन सीक्वेंस मुझे मिल रहा है और मैं उसको एग्जीक्यूट कर रहा हूँ, उसको मैं कितने कॉन्फिडेंस से एग्जीक्यूट कब कर पाऊंगा? अगर मुझे पता है कि मैं डिटरमाइन कर पाऊंगा करंट स्टेट में मैंने ये एक्शन किया तो यही नेक्स्ट स्टेट होगा. अगर वो डिटरमिनिस्टिक नहीं है, सपोज इट इज स्टोचैस्टिक, देन I may have a sequence of actions suggested A1, A6, A7. I'm doing action A1 and being a stochastic environment, action A1 से state अचानक से change हो गया, जो state perceive नहीं किया था मेरे agent ने while coming up with this sequence of actions A1, A7, A6. क्या होगा? मैं religiously A6 करूंगा as second action, लेकिन A6 करना था शायद किसी स्टेट SI में. ड्यू टू स्टोकेस्टिक नेचर आई माइट हैव रीच्ड SJ स्टेट, और SJ स्टेट में एक्शन A6 करना मुझे किसी दूसरे जगह पे ले जाएगा जो के बराबर नहीं है. ट्रैवर्सिंग रोमानिया इज डेफिनेटली गोइंग टू बी a deterministic thing, because if I am in a particular city of Romania and I'm going to some new city, then that is going to take me to the new city. It's not going to change anything. So वो action जो रहेगा वो fixed action रहेगा, right? So the problem that we have chosen is actually a problem that is fully observable, क्योंकि मेरे पास पूरा का पूरा नक्शा और map of Romania is available along with dispersion of different cities, connectivity between the cities, and the distances between the cities are also marked into that map. Then the problem is discrete, because once I decide to reach Bucharest, after that there are no percepts required for the agent to work out its solution. And once it knows that it is in Arad, so मुझे perceive क्या होगा, मैं अराड में हूँ और मुझे जाना कहाँ है, बुकारेस्ट में. So I will formulate that goal. I should be in Bucharest at a particular time. And what should be my current state? I am in the Arad state or Arad city. So I am in Arad would be my current state of the world, and in Bucharest would be my goal state of the world, because I want to reach Bucharest. There could be certain constraint added to be in Bucharest before say certain time, or before say certain amount of fuel burn, etc., etc. That could be some secondary goals which we might include in defining the state space. So what is state space will come ahead. So far so good. We have decided that problem solving agent is going to be useful only if we follow these instructions mentioned over here. That is, the task environment on which we are applying the problem solving agent is fully observable. It has a discrete environment which is known to the agent and which is deterministic. That is, whatever actions the agent is going to perform are good enough to be predicting next state of that particular environment. So these are the agent properties. If these are satisfied, I can go with a goal-based agent, which is problem-solving agent that we studied ahead, right? So this is the scenario. Now the next thing is, okay, what they say. Okay, they now talk about that search procedure. Just search procedure. So goal formulation, प्रॉब्लम फॉर्मुलेशन, और उसके बाद तीसरा स्टेप आता है हमारे प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग एजेंट में, सर्च. तो ये जो डिस्कशन है वो उसके बारे में है. प्रोसेस ऑफ लुकिंग फॉर सीक्वेंस ऑफ एक्शन दैट रीचेस द गोल इज कॉल्ड एज सर्च. सो सिंपली सर्च का बहुत सारा डेफिनेशन हो सकता है बहुत सारे अलग अलग कॉन्टेक्स्ट में, लेकिन प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग एजेंट के डोमेन में या उसके वर्ल्ड में सर्च का मतलब क्या है? द प्रोसेस ऑफ looking for a sequence of actions that reaches the goal is called as search. Okay, search algorithm को input क्या आता है? It gets problem as an input and it returns the solution which is in the form of action sequence. So that SEQ we were returning. Once the solution is found, actions it recommends can be carried out. And this carrying out of the action is a blind carrying out of the action. So the problem, so the agent totally depends on this solution. So search procedure इतना परिष्कृत होना चाहिए, इतना correctly formulating result होना चाहिए कि solution इतना अच्छा उसने formulate करना चाहिए कि once solution is found, my agent is religiously following that solution, that it is going to do those actions one by one without paying heed to the changes in the environment. So environment is static, environment is not changing and deterministic, because जो action मैं कर रहा हूँ उसका result वही होगा. I can always view कि क्या हो रहा है using those percepts, but I'm not manipulating or changing the sequence that I'm executing. Some of you will feel कि इसका मतलब मेरा जो problem solving agent है वो suboptimal काम कर सकता है. हाँ कर सकता है अगर मेरा environment ऊपर मेंशन किए हुए क्राइटेरियाज, ये वाले क्राइटेरिया जो मैंने दिखाए हैं, ये एरो से ऊपर वाले पैराग्राफ में जो क्राइटेरियाज मेंशन किए हैं, वो अगर एनवायरनमेंट फॉलो नहीं करता, क्राइटेरिया प्रॉब्लम का एनवायरनमेंट वो क्राइटेरियाज फॉलो नहीं करता, और मैंने प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग एजेंट यूज किया ऐसे प्रॉब्लम सॉल्यूशन के लिए, तो इन दैट सिनेरियो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग एजेंट इज गोइंग टू गिव मी suboptimal results, and I may say in those scenarios it is not performing rationally and it's not a rational agent in that scenario, but otherwise it is, if the problem for which I am applying problem solving agent follows all those properties. Applying or restricting my problems to have these environmental properties will simplify the problem that I'm going to solve. And since simplified problem I have, I can apply the problem solving agent. तो आपका दूसरा क्वेश्चन नेचुरली रहेगा रियल वर्ल्ड प्रॉब्लम के लिए मैं अप्लाई नहीं कर पाऊंगा. Yeah, the actual real world AI problems, we might not actually be able to solve them using the variant of problem solving agent that we are learning in this course. We can only solve certain toy problems, which is like traversing in Romania, which doesn't give concern to the dynamics of the traffic and all those other things, which we abstract away. But for a traveler who is just concerned about reaching Bucharest at a stipulated time and who has quite a good deal of belief in the map and the values mentioned over the map here of the cost estimation of reaching from one city to the other city. अगर किसी ट्रैवलर को उसके ऊपर बहुत ज़्यादा विश्वास है, belief है, and they are perfect with certain plus minus changes, then I can believe I can use it for some real world problems as well. Okay, so all I need to do if I want to use problem solving agent for AI problem solution would be I would find out or I would do an analysis of the task environment in which this particular agent is going to perform. If the task environment has these properties which I have highlighted, I can use problem solving agent there. Okay, going ahead, I know I'm wasting a lot of time, but these are necessary things because यही हम लोग भूल जाते हैं. हम लोग बुक में बहुत सारी चीजें पढ़ लेते हैं, हाउ यू डिफाइन प्रॉब्लम एंड ऑल, लेकिन ये चीजें भूल जाते हैं. इसीलिए मैंने रिपीट किया ये लेक्चर में बहुत सारा कंटेंट फ्रॉम द प्रीवियस लेक्चर. यू विल ऑल्सो फील दैट, but don't feel dejected. I'm repeating because it's a lecture. It's not something that happens only once. Okay, ये आकाशवाणी नहीं है. Okay, although it looks like an Akashvani where I'm just speaking and nobody's listening to me, it seems. Let it be. So we are going to 3.1.1, which is now well-defined problems and solution. Now we are going to learn how we define the problem. अभी तक हमने यही सोचा था कि प्रॉब्लम करके कुछ हम लोग बनाएंगे और वो हम लोग सर्च एल्गोरिथम को देंगे जो मुझे सोल्यूशन देगा. और प्रॉब्लम बनाने के लिए मुझे क्या चाहिए? गोल फॉर्मुलेशन चाहिए. गोल बनाने के लिए क्या चाहिए? एनालिसिस करना होगा मुझे क्या मेजर ऑफ परफॉर्मेंसेस है करंट प्रॉब्लम के लिए. Now we go in details of what do you mean by a problem in the problem solving agent. Please understand the fact this whole discussion about problem of problem solving agent is same for स्टेट स्पेस प्रॉब्लम फॉर्मुलेशन. तो स्टेट स्पेस प्रॉब्लम जो है उसका जो फॉर्मुलेशन है वो वाला वर्ड प्रॉब्लम इज दिस सेम प्रॉब्लम. ओके, सो now I'm not going to again tell you what is a problem. Problem is something you represent abstractly which you are going to solve. Okay, abstractly मतलब ऊपर से नहीं, abstractly मतलब using some abstract technique. ओके, यानी तो बोलो कि एब्स्ट्रैक्टली यानी सर ऊपर से, क्योंकि हमको पता है एब्स्ट्रैक्ट क्लास में मेथड्स का डिटेल्स नहीं होता. हाँ, मेथड का डिटेल्स नहीं होता, लेकिन एब्स्ट्रैक्ट क्लास में जो भी नेसेसरी मेथड्स है उनका स्केलेटन डिफाइंड होता है. तो दैट वे एब्स्ट्रैक्ट क्लास इज काइंड ऑफ अ हाई लेवल रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ द फंक्शनैलिटी ऑफ अ पर्टिकुलर इंटरफेस or a class maybe. I'm not good at object orientation, sorry for that. Okay, coming to the discussion, a problem can be defined formally by initializing or defining 5 components. So to define one single problem, I need to define 5 things for the problem. First and foremost thing is I should define the initial state, and that is why we were doing that first step in the problem solving agent कि हम लोग परसेप्ट से करंट स्टेट को प्रेडिक्ट कर रहे थे, वो स्टेट लेके उस स्टेट से हम लोग गोल को प्रेडिक्ट कर रहे थे, राइट. सो दिस इज द इनिशियल स्टेट दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन प्रॉब्लम फॉर्मुलेशन. आई शुड नो व्हेन आई एम डिफाइनिंग अ प्रॉब्लम, आई शुड फर्स्ट नो what is the initial state. Okay, that is the state in which the agent starts. For the problem of reaching Bucharest in the Romania, while you are starting from Arad, your initial state would be in Arad. So this is one representation. Maybe one way of telling that I am currently in Arad. So you can assume that this is kind of a hash table which is hashing with respect to Arad. So I'm saying that in Arad, I am in currently Arad. How it is realized in programming languages could be different. It could be just a function, it could be some predicate, or it could be just some sort of a variable name in Arad. Okay, so we'll see all those things later, how this can be realized in programming language in practical sessions maybe. Now the second thing I require for representing a problem would be a description of possible actions available to the agent. यानी अगर मुझे स्टेट स्पेस रिप्रेजेंटेशन करना है प्रॉब्लम का या प्रॉब्लम को रिप्रेजेंट करना है तो उसके लिए मुझे दूसरी चीज इंपॉर्टेंट लगती है, दैट इज I should know what are the possible actions that the agent can take if the agent is in a particular state. For the problem that we are discussing right now, if the agent is in state S, this particular thing, description of possible action, would mean I am actually applying a function actions on state S, and it is going to return me set of actions that can be executed being in, say, state S. So I should be able to apply such function or such functional relationship, that is. So if I know a particular state of the environment, I should be able to know what actions are possible in that particular state. से अगर हमने एग्जांपल लिया वैक्यूम क्लीनर वर्ल्ड का, अगर मुझे पता चलता है कि मैं रूम ए में हूँ और करंटली उस वहां पे डस्ट नहीं है, तो मेरा करंट वर्ल्ड स्टेट क्या होगा, ए कॉमा नो डस्ट, एंड दैट विल मीन what actions I can take. I can go to right, that is from A I can move to room B, to room vacuum cleaner world जो था हमारा वो वाला. In this case, in the problem that we are seeing right now, if I am in Arad, so then I can have three actions defined: go to Cebu, go to Timisoara, go to Ziran. So ये नाम इतना इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है, ग्राफ देखोगे तो आपको पता चलेगा कि Arad is connected to Cebu, Arad is connected to Ziran, Arad is connected to Timisoara. So A is connected to S, A is connected to Z, and A is connected to T. I am not a Romanian person, so I don't know how to pronounce these names of cities. So please pardon me if I've done certain mistakes. I'll use A, Z, T, S to represent or to call these cities. So go to Z, go to S, go to T would be the three possible actions if I have current state in A. So if I am in A, then I can do action 1, go Z, action 2, go S, action 3, go T. These are the three possible actions I may have. So this is what I should know about the problem. I should know, given a state, what are possible actions. So to define a proper AI problem using state space, firstly, I should be able to understand what would be the initial state. Secondly, given us any state, I should be able to predict what action, not predict, convincingly say what actions are available from the current state. So this is the second thing that I should know. So 5 things we want to know. First is initial state. Second is possible actions given a state. So ये कोई भी स्टेट हो सकता है, इनिशियल स्टेट भी हो सकता है, इंटरमीडिएट स्टेट भी हो सकता है, और कोई दूसरा पर्टिकुलर टाइप ऑफ स्टेट जिनको बोला जाता है गोल स्टेट, वो भी हो सकता है. We'll talk about that later in the later part of this discussion. Now the third thing that I should know is a description of what each action does. पहला चीज, मेरे को एक पर्टिकुलर स्टेट, इनिशियल स्टेट पता होना चाहिए. दूसरा चीज, कोई भी स्टेट मिलेगा तो उसमें क्या एक्शन कर सकता हूँ वो पता चलना चाहिए. तो अगर मेरा स्टेट है इनिशियल स्टेट इन अराड, तो मुझे पता होना चाहिए कि मैं अराड में हूँ, ये इनिशियल स्टेट है. दूसरा मुझे पता होना चाहिए कि अराड में होने के बाद में क्या क्या एक्शन कर सकता हूँ. गो एस, गो टी, गो जेड. These are the 3 possible actions. Now the next thing that logically comes is I should also know, given a particular state and a particular action, I should be able to determine what would be the resultant of applying that action in that particular state. तो अगर ये रीड करोगे तो आपको ठीक से पता चल जाएगा, ये वाला हाईलाइटेड पोर्शन, रिजल्ट ब्रैकेट, ये कोई फंक्शन है रिजल्ट नाम का, उसको 2 पैरामीटर है. इन अराड इज द स्टेट आई एम स्पेसिफाइंग, गो जेड is the action I'm specifying. So if I'm in Arad and I'm doing an action go Z, what will be the resultant? It will be in Z, क्योंकि मैं Arad से Zerin को travel करूंगा. Okay, so this is the thing. So in the scenario that we are describing, if I'm in Arad, I'm using go Cebu. Result in Arad comma go Cebu will give me what? In Cebu. Similarly, in T, if in Arad and go Timisoara would be the things that I provide for this resultant function. Okay, so इस चीज को बोला क्या जाता है? So I need to have a description. What should be the what each action does. What each action does मतलब अगर मैं एक particular state input देता हूँ और एक action input देता हूँ तो मुझे पता होना चाहिए कि इन दोनों का परिणाम क्या होगा on the environment. And this particular thing formally is referred to as transition model. Okay. कुछ याद आ रहा है ट्रांजिशन टेबल करके चीज? So this is the transition model that tells me if I'm in a particular state, I'm doing a particular input, what should be the next state. Okay, so this is nothing but our old DFA kind of a scenario. I'm in a particular state, I'm seeing a particular input, I will be in some other state after processing that input. यहाँ पे processing input मतलब ये function को apply करना है. Now the concept that we learned in second year, they are using this concept over here in terms of problem solving agent, thanks to our syllabus that they taught us how to use those things. Okay, let it be. मैंने सीखा इसलिए मैं याद दिलाया कि जरूरत नहीं, वो पता ना होने के बाद भी आप ये कर सकते हो. Now together the initial state पहला वाला चीज, दूसरा चीज set of actions possible in a particular state, and the transition model implicitly define what is referred to as state space for the problem. और इस तरह के प्रॉब्लम फॉर्मुलेशन को कहा जाता है स्टेट स्पेस प्रॉब्लम फॉर्मुलेशन. If I'm using this mechanism, the definition of a state, definition of the actions possible in a particular state, and the definition of transition model will together give me a representation of a problem which is referred to as state space problem formulation. Okay, the set of all states reachable from the initial state by any sequence of action. ये इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है क्योंकि ये जो तीन चीज है ना, ये एक साथ मैं अप्लाई करते जाऊं कंटिन्यूसली एक के बाद एक, तो मेरे को एक एक्शन सीक्वेंस मिलेगा फॉर ट्रैवर्सिंग फ्रॉम वन स्टेट टू द अदर टू द अदर टू द अदर. दैट इज, I'll show it on the graph, that then it will be more meaningful to you. If I am in A, I apply go Cebu, I reach in Cebu. If I am in Cebu, I apply go R, I will reach in RV. Okay, if I am in RV and I apply go P, then I'll reach this particular city. So I could traverse using three actions: go Cebu, go RV, go P, from current state to the next state. Just to come from this state to this state of the world, please understand, everything I'm elaborating, I'm doing it in deliberating in mind. I'm not doing physically all these actions. I'm deliberating that. When I am in Arat, I am doing go S. When I am in S, I am doing go RV. I am in RV, I am doing go P. So sequence of actions, if I have three, that is go S, go RV, go P, and I know my initial point that I am in A, then applying these three things one after the other, I am assured to go to Pitesi, whatever that word is, state, city P. Okay, are you understanding what I mean? And this would only happen if my world is not dynamic and this graph remains static throughout I do my operations. Okay, and things are known to me in advance, that this graph is with me in advance, and I know the definition of state, I know the definition of actions, that is go S means this action, I should know that, and I should know the meaning of transition model. How do I move from one state to the other state? Okay, so these are the things that we have learned so far. State space forms a directed network or a graph. This is pretty evident from this graph because the problem itself. So ये problem graph related ही problem है, क्योंकि एक मैप लेके हम लोग बैठे हैं सॉल्व करने के लिए प्रॉब्लम को, लेकिन हर एक प्रॉब्लम ग्राफ की तरह नहीं दिखेगा. One of the problem that I will show you soon, maybe within 2 minutes, will not be actually looking like a graph, but we will use the same technique for solving that problem. So I'm just stopping this shared document with you, and now I'm going to share another screen that has, so give me a second. Yeah, No, not this. I've shared wrong set of slides. Give me a moment. I'm just sharing another. I should. Sorry. Okay. Where is that slide? It's not showing up now. Possibly. Actually, the slides that I want to show you, they are not showing up on the screen because it is minimized, I guess. And I need to, yeah, this one. Fine. It will take a moment to come to your place. So say suppose this is the problem. So this is a toy problem. There are a lot of toy problems we will be learning next lecture onwards to understand in more better manner what do you mean by state space formulation and how I apply state space formulation in different problems. So we are not jumping to the search techniques as such in current week or the next week. We are now focusing on how I formulate the problems. Okay, so this is a problem, the highlighted one. It's called as an 8 puzzle, which is consist of a 3 cross 3 square frame or a board as it is referred to. So this will be the board given to me initially, and I want to transfer this board's content to this particular output content. यहाँ पे अगर देखोगे ठीक से नहीं है actually slide, लेकिन ठीक है because I'm not opening it on Windows ऐसा दिख रहा है वो. तो यहाँ पे अगर ठीक से देखोगे तो I have some numbers placed randomly in this grid of 3 cross 3. तो 3 cross 3 यानी 9 places है, एक प्लेस एम्प्टी है, तो मेरे पास नंबर्स है 1 से लेके 8 तक. इफ यू सी 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 they have dispersed in this grid. 9 is not there. Instead of that, one cell is empty. Now what I want to do, or this is just a board game, not board game, it's a board game, BOARD, board game, wherein I want to actually move the space one place at a time and configure the board to look like the one on the right hand side of the arrow. So I want these numbers to be arranged like this. So that is my goal state, and this is my initial state. So the current randomly dispersed numbers in 3 cross 3 grids, 8 numbers in 3 cross 3 grids from 1 to 8 are given as input. So this initial state would be different for whenever I am initializing a new game or a new board, and goal state is kind of fixed where I want to actually get these numbers in a predetermined or a pre-specified order, and that order in this case or this incarnation of the game would be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, now looking at this problem as it is, it doesn't look to be a graph based problem, but I can convert it to a graph based problem. Say suppose I don't think so they have solved this problem. The example is weird here. Say suppose I start off with 3 8 1 6 2 5 4 7. So I'm going to do this on a separate page. So I just request you to, whether can I actually wander 5-10 minutes extra, or you have some other engagements? Can I talk 5-10 minutes more? You can. Okay, मुझे लगा तूने वो बाद में लिखा तो you can't लिखा है. Okay, fine. If I can, I will continue for 5 more minutes, 5-10 more minutes. Okay, thank you. I got an idea that I can continue. So yes, so I am showing you now a blank page, okay, where I'm having one configuration of the board, 3 2 1, and then there is, so let me actually get that configuration over here, 4 7 and 6. It will be 8. So I'm representing space using underscore. What number is remaining? 5 is remaining. Yes. So this is one configuration of the board. So I can call this as initial state. Okay. Now, what can be the actions for this game? So यहाँ पे क्या करना है? यहाँ पे ये space को मुझे move करना है, and I can only move in vertical and horizontal directions if they are possible. So if I am having a space at this location, which is the lower part of the lower row of the board and middle portion, I have three actions possible. I can take this space to this, that is I can actually swap 7 and space, or I can swap space and 5, or I can swap space and 8. So there are three possible actions. So the possible actions that I can define, sorry, keyboard is fuzzy. Possible actions, there are three in numbers, and which may be move space left, right, or up. Okay, in general, in any state, I may actually have at most 4 actions: move space up, down, left, right. So if the space was at the center of the board, that is 7 जहाँ पे वहाँ अगर space होता, तो I would have 4 options. Either I could move space up, space down, space to the left, space to the right. So there would be 4 actions in at most at least one स्टेट. एक स्टेट में 4 एक्शन है, लेकिन अलग अलग स्टेट्स में अलग अलग एक्शन है. अगर यहाँ पे स्पेस होता 1 की जगह पे, देन आई वुड हैव डाउन, लेफ्ट, ओनली 2 पॉसिबल मूव्स. इवन दिस कॉर्नर, सो जो भी 4 कॉर्नर्स है, उसी कोई भी 4 कॉर्नर के पास अगर मेरा स्पेस होता, तो मेरे पास सिर्फ 2 एक्शंस होते पॉसिबली. अगर मेरा स्पेस कोई भी मिडिल रो के या कॉलम के मिडिल में होता, तो मेरे पास 3 एक्शंस होंगे. या अगर मेरा स्पेस सेंटर पोजीशन में होगा, तो मेरे पास 4 पॉसिबल एक्शंस होंगे. राइट, सो दीज आर नथिंग बट नाउ द एक्शंस for our problem that we are looking at, and we need to define this transition model. ये ट्रांजिशन मॉडल किसी तरीके से हमको डिफाइन करना पड़ेगा. यानी अगर मुझे स्पेस को मूव करना आता है, तो देयर आर 4 पॉसिबल मूव्स, लेकिन आई नीड टू चेक whether I am at the corner cell, whether I am at the middle cell, or whether I am at the side middle, or front middle, or bottom middle, जो भी है. ये तो 3x3 बोर्ड है. ये हो गया मेरा 8 पजल, इसको बोलते हैं. ऐसा ही 15 पजल होता है, जिसमें मेरा बोर्ड होगा 4x4. There will be one space and numbers will be from 1 to 15 and I can arrange those numbers. उससे क्या होगा, उससे कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी बढ़ेगा. वहां पे ज्यादा स्टेट्स लगेंगे या स्टेप्स लगेंगे मुझे सॉल्यूशन को रीच करने के लिए. राइट, सो नाउ this is the initial state, this is the action possible. If I apply the possible, one of the possible action, that is left, तो क्या होगा अगर मैं लेफ्ट ये एक्शन अप्लाई करता हूं, तो नया बोर्ड का कॉन्फ़िगरेशन ऐसे होगा 4 7 6. सो अपर 2 रोज ऑफ द बोर्ड वोंट बी अफेक्टेड, लेकिन मेरा लोअर पोर्शन जो बोर्ड का है वो चेंज होगा. नाउ द स्पेस इज हियर एंड my board's new state. So this will be my new state. So I'm just tabbing because I want to write something before this. I should write first the name. So this is my new state. Sorry, don't mind my keyboard. My keyboard is weird because it has a touchpad at the center. Okay, now if I, so ये लेफ्ट मूव में ऐसे होगा. राइट मूव में करता हूं तो क्या होगा, if I do a right move then it will be 3 2 1. मेरा ऊपर का पोर्शन सेम रहेगा. The middle portion will be 4 7 6. That will also not change. The lower portion would change definitely. This would be 5 and there would be a space here. Why? Next, if I had done up वाला move, then मेरे पास क्या ऑप्शन होते हैं? It will be 3 2 1. The upper row won't change, middle row would change, so it will be 4 space and 6, and even the lower row changes. Now the lower row has 8. There will be what, 7, right? And then 7, and then there will be 5. So I can actually associate these 3 new states to the current state, and I can actually write an arrow from this. So यहाँ पे मैं दिखा नहीं सकता, sorry, text editor है, but this arrow can connect this initial state to left इनिशियल स्टेट टू राइट, इनिशियल स्टेट टू अप। वो एरो के ऊपर अगर मैंने लिखा लेफ्ट, दूसरे एरो के ऊपर राइट एंड तीसरे एरो के ऊपर अप, तो जो भी मुझे मिलेगा वो इस तरीके का, जैसा इन्होंने यहाँ पे दिखाया है, I will be forming some sort of a graph data structure like this. Initially you would feel that it could be some sort of a tree, लेकिन अगर मैं same move करता हूँ, that is I move this space first to the right and then again I move it to the left, because it is possible ना कि मैं पहले right move किया फिर से left move कर सकता हूँ, because that is a valid move. Then this particular thing would look like a graph. So ये जो ग्राफ बनता है उसको स्टेट स्पेस का ग्राफ बोलते हैं, बिकॉज उसमें नोड्स होते हैं स्टेट्स, लिंक्स होते हैं एक्शंस विच आर वैलिड एक्शंस फॉर द प्रॉब्लम, एंड वो ग्राफ बनाने के लिए जिस चीज को आप यूज करते हो दैट इज रेफर्ड टू एज द ट्रांजिशन मॉडल दैट दे आर रेफरिंग टू हियर. ओके, ये जो है उन्होंने बोला ना ट्रांजिशन मॉडल. So these three things facilitate me to create the state space representation. और मुझे और कुछ चीजें लगती है, वो चीजें क्या होती है? वो चीज होती है गोल टेस्ट. In order to solve the problem and in order to apply the search based solution, स्टेट स्पेस रिप्रेजेंटेशन में गोल टेस्ट नाम का चीज मुझे यूज करना पड़ता है. व्हाट इज गोल टेस्ट? इट टेस्ट्स whether the current state I am in, is it a goal state or not. In this particular problem that we are discussing, traversing to Bucharest, my goal state would be in Bucharest. तो गोल टेस्ट में क्या होगा, आप चेक करोगे जो भी मेरा करंट से, सपोज यू हैव रीच्ड अप टू RV, you will test whether in Bucharest, your current state is in RV, you will test whether it matches with the state in Bucharest. It doesn't match, means your goal test is failed. मतलब आप गोल तक पहुंचे नहीं हो. So goal test actually makes you goal directed, makes you do a goal directed search. That is what is the role of goal test. Goal test allows you to do a goal directed search. ओके, सो कितने चीज हो गए आपने देखे होंगे. हमको 5 चीजें चाहिए थी फॉर फॉर्मुलेटिंग अ प्रॉब्लम. फर्स्ट थिंग इज इनिशियल स्टेट, सेकंड थिंग इज द एक्शंस अवेलेबल टू द एजेंट गिवन अ पर्टिकुलर स्टेट, एंड दिस स्टेट may be any state of the environment. Okay, third is I should have a description of what action or what each action does given a particular state action pair, which is formally referred to as a transition model. So I need to define a transition model. This function is named result, लेकिन ये कुछ भी हो सकता है इसका नाम. इसको मैं transition table भी बुला सकता हूँ, और मैं उसको बोल सकता हूँ S is state, A is the input symbol, and then I would say that I am talking about a data structure, not data structure, device called as a deterministic finite automata. Actually we are having this as a DFA only. Okay, somebody wants to enter so late. Okay, अच्छा सिद्धि बाहर गई थी, वो अंदर ही नहीं आएगी. Sorry. Fine. The next thing that I am going to do is result in arad, comma, goes, and ये देखा हमने, ये तीसरा चीज था, right? Now the fourth thing that I wanted to have for defining problem, which is state space representation, is I need to have a goal test to verify whether I have reached the goal or not. And the fifth thing that I require is I should have some notion of path cost function that assigns numeric cost to each path. तो ये क्या हो गया, यहाँ तक जो हमको मिला था उससे हम लोग ट्रैवर्स कर सकते थे ये स्टेट स्पेस पे, एंड वी कुड स्टार्ट फ्रॉम अराड एंड वी कुड रीच बुकारेस्ट. लेकिन देयर आर मल्टीपल पाथ्स टू रीच बुकारेस्ट. आई कैन स्टार्ट फ्रॉम ASFB, आई कैन स्टार्ट फ्रॉम ASRVPB, आई कैन स्टार्ट फ्रॉम ATLMDCPB. So there are various ways using which I can reach Bucharest from Arad. And how to evaluate that which one is the path that I should follow, or which one is the sequence of actions that I should follow, because each path that we will be traversing would be a different, which will be led by a different path of action path or action sequence. Okay, so कौन सा अच्छा है ये evaluate करने के लिए, ये चीज हमको चाहिए, which is called as the path cost. The path cost function which will assign some numeric cost to each path. अगर मुझे path cost compute करना है तो पाथ कॉस्ट कंप्यूट करने के लिए मुझे स्टेप कॉस्ट चाहिए, यानी मैं एक स्टेप करता हूं तो कौन सा कॉस्ट मैं इनकर करूंगा, right? So these are the 5 things that formulates a state space problem. In the problem of the other problem of this particular thing, ये जो हमने देखा जिसको बोलते हैं 8 पजल प्रॉब्लम, ये 8 पजल प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने के लिए मेरा सिंगल स्टेप कॉस्ट का डेफिनेशन होगा, एक एक्शन में करूंगा तो मेरा कॉस्ट होगा 1, क्योंकि मुझे मिनिमम स्टेप्स में कॉन्फ़िगरेशन को रीच करना होगा. दैट वुड बी द नेचुरल गोल दैट आई वांट टू हैव द बोर्ड कॉन्फ़िगर्ड टू द डिजायर्ड स्टेट, डिजायर्ड सीक्वेंस ऑफ वैल्यूज. लेकिन वो अचीव करने के लिए मुझे कुछ ना कुछ तो पाथ कॉस्ट डिफाइन करना पड़ेगा. पाथ कॉस्ट को डिफाइन करने के लिए स्टेप कॉस्ट होगा. मैंने एक चेंज किया, यानी एक मूव किया स्पेस का, तो मेरा कॉस्ट होगा incurred 1. And this way I can actually define a path cost for my problem, because I don't have a notion of cost otherwise directly embedded in the problem. Whereas ये वाला जो कॉस्ट है, यहाँ पे ये जो नंबर्स लिखे हुए हैं, ये ट्रैवर्सिंग के कॉस्ट है. मैं अराड से सीबू जाता हूँ तो मुझे कॉस्ट पे करना पड़ता है 140. ये 140 इज सम फंक्शन ऑफ time, fuel, energy, traffic. So I can actually have some sort of person researching for me to get me this value 140 over here. And I'm solving this problem, which is a very simplistic problem. लेकिन ये simplistic problem को solve करने के लिए ये 140 value मेरे पास होना चाहिए, और ये 140 value आसानी से नहीं आएगा. कोई researcher research करेगा using say some sort of a machine learning AI technique, which is independent of the technique that I'm using, and come up with this value 140, which could be some sort of a notion of cost going from Arad to Cebu. And my problem solving agent that I'm devising currently will be religiously following this 140 as a fixed cost for going from Arad to Cebu. Now from going from Arad to RV through Cebu, I will have a cost incurred 140 plus 80. So this is how I can actually manage understanding of path cost. So path cost will be cost of reaching from one node or one state to the resultant state in the path using these intermediate states, following the unit cost every time you take an action going from the current state to the next state. That is how this cost is managed. So 5 things I require for state space representation of any AI problem. First thing is I should know how to define my initial state. Then I should know, given a particular state, what actions are possible in that particular state. I should know the transition model that tells me, given a state, given an action combination, what are the possible next state that I reach. Okay, so that is the transition model. That is what the transition model gives you. Transition model along with the initial state and the actions will facilitate us creation of the state space graph. Okay, now if once we have state space graph using those 3 things, we will use goal test to understand whether we have reached the goal state or not, and we will use path cost to evaluate alternate solution to the problem, and we will choose the solution which is the optimum with respect to the cost. Cost है तो minimum cost incur करना पड़ेगा. Consider that instead of cost, ये जो ages है, ये benefit या आपको क्या मिलेगा ये पाथ लेने के बाद, या आपका फायदा कितना होगा ये पर्टिकुलर पाथ फॉलो करने के बाद, ये रिप्रेजेंट करता है. तो मैं ऐसा सॉल्यूशन पाथ चूज करूंगा जिसमें ये नंबर्स एड अप होके मैक्सिमाइज होते हैं. तो मैं मिनिमाइजेशन का प्रॉब्लम की तरह इसको रिप्रेजेंट कर सकता हूँ, मैक्सिमाइजेशन के प्रॉब्लम की तरह भी रिप्रेजेंट कर सकता हूँ. इन दिस केस दो, the book says that this 140, 150, 170, 175, they are step cost, and since they're cost, we need to select a path which is least cost path. So minimum cost path I need to find from Arad to Bucharest. This is what the problem is, given the state space formulation that I use. Okay, so this is all about the state space problem formulation. A problem using state space representation can be formulated if I can define these 5 things for an AI problem. Once I'm able to define these 5 things for an AI problem, the problem gets formulated. Now that problem would have certain data structure, and then I can use that problem data structure into the problem solving agent functionality. How to do that will be discussed in the upcoming lecture. So hope you have understood the concept of state space problem formulation, and that concludes our module 1. So module 1 में जो भी सीखना था हमको वो सब हमने सीख लिया है. State space problem formulation, AI problems, and introduction to AI, all these things, and plus introduction to the agent abstraction. These all things are part of our module 1. So now we can say that we have up to say 90% covered the content of module 1. There will be some minor things here and there still remain to be discussed, that I will discuss, and whenever I will cover those things, I will let you know. Okay, so I will now stop the recording, and I want you to write your names and roll numbers in the window. Hope all are there who had joined the lecture at the beginning. Nobody has left. So I will be taking your attendance. Please write your names and roll numbers in the window. Do not leave. Do not still finished taking the attendance. Okay, has everybody written the names in the chat box? I'll give you 2 more minutes to write your name. I'll give you 2 more minutes to write your names in the chat box. Do not leave. Yeah, you can leave now if you have written your names in the chat box and you do not have any doubts regarding anything that I've discussed today. You can leave the meeting if you want. If you have any doubts or anything you want to discuss, I know I've stretched it a lot today. Sorry for that, but I needed to complete the discussion of state space representation.